we're going to be doing a What You Need to Hear oracle reading. This is timeless, and if you've clicked on this video today, then you might need to hear what the cards have to say. Now, this is mostly just for fun, so don't take anything too seriously. We've got our setup here. The deck I'll be using today is by Cosmic Valeria, and it's the Forest Tales Oracle. It's so lovely. I love this deck. I also have some candles that we'll be lighting for intentions today, along with some crystals. We're going for a very earthy theme. And I have some sprays as well that are going to help us begin to get in the mindset. So that's what we're going to start with today. We're going to light our candles first. I have some matches. These are actually Palo Santo Mystic matches, which just means that they actually have a little bit of incense to them. I have the directions in here still. They burn like a piece of Palo Santo wood, so they're really, really nice. I really like these, and I only use them on special occasions, which is today. So you kind of want to let it burn a little bit, then we'll light. They're actually not the best for lighting things, but they get the job done. And then we'll use the Palo Santo to clear away anything that's not serving us right now, anything that we don't need. And I'll leave this back here. So, pick a candle, whichever one you like. We have a tall yellow pillar. And hopefully you guys are hearing the bird sounds right now. The birds are so beautiful. They're singing. It's a gorgeous spring day. That's kind of the theme. Sorry. Pick a candle. Maybe it's the tall pillar. Maybe it's this gorgeous candle. It has some crystals in it as well. Try to set your mind and thoughts, focus on the flame, and just try to let go of any stress that you may be holding on to, and prepare yourself to take in what you might learn today. Now, I do have some crystals that I'll show you. This one is gorgeous. I'm not sure if this is technically like a fire quartz or if it's just quartz and it's dirty, but this is a natural specimen. Someone I know found this and gave it to me, and it's so beautiful. We also have a really gorgeous, crazy crystal double point. This thing produces the prettiest rainbows. It's really cool. Kind of the opposite. You can kind of see the reflections there. Sort of the opposite, but very earthy still. Oh, okay, it wants to stay down there. And then we have a very large jade palm stone. This thing is one of my favorites because it is so heavy and weighty, and it's very reassuring when you just need something to hold on to. It's very grounding. So I have these here just to help us along, just if that's something that you're into, or if you just like to look at pretty things like I do. Now, the last thing before we get going, I'm going to use a couple sprays, not only for you, but also for myself. The first one is this Strip My Mind spray. It's a stress relief. It smells so beautiful, And there's actually, you're probably not going to be able to see it, but there's a tiny little amethyst in here. So I'm just going to spray a couple sprays around the room and hopefully not blow out my candles. Sorry if that was loud. I just sprayed that directly into the candle. Okay, let's go around instead. Put the cap back on. And then the second one I have is by Enchanted Miss, and this is their plant magic, and this is really about grounding as well as being prepared to grow yourself. And it also has, I love these sprays not only for like making the room smell good, but I love when they have little crystals in the bottom. These ones you can see there's some citrine, some quartz, and some fluorite in here. So we'll do a couple sprays. And now we should be ready to go. That one smells very lemony. It's very citrusy and fresh, while the first one is very like lavender and peppermint and all those things. So let's go ahead and take a look at the deck. Like, you guys are gonna die when you see how beautiful this is. I'm going to open the box here. Are those not the prettiest cards? Now this is technically the little booklet that comes with, but the cards have the same print. They are so gorgeous. We'll take a moment to check them out. So there's a big tree, and it reminds me of like the tree of life. And then everything's mirrored, which is so pretty. We have owls and florals and moths and rabbits and birds and mushrooms and squirrels. And these are all things that come up on the cards as well. They're like symbols. And then the side has this gorgeous gold. It's kind of shiny, also kind of matte. They're just really well made, and I can't recommend them enough. So today, this reading style may be a little different from what you see elsewhere. These are oracle cards, so they're not tarot. They're different. I prefer oracle. I think they're a little bit easier to interpret myself, and I like that they're all different. You can kind of get a wider variety of messages, and it just feels more personal to me. This may also be different because this style of reading that I'm going to do is not a set number of cards. It's a what you need to hear. So I'm gonna let the cards talk to me, and we'll go until I feel like we've heard what we needed to hear. Oh, did we lose some? Okay, no. Now my setup is a little small, so I can't quite let the cards fall out. But our first card is the hare. And like I said, you could see him on the packaging. The hare is all about abundance and abundance waiting for you. There are going to be good things coming your way. Maybe recently you felt like it's been rough, or you've been putting in a lot of work and you're just like waiting for that glass to feel full, for things to come your way. It sounds like it's on its way. That's really exciting. I think the artwork on the these cards is so beautiful. Now the next thing we need to know is about the oak tree. And the oak tree tells us that the things we take for granted, someone else is wishing for. And that's really, really interesting next to the abundance. Because the thing is, while good things might be right around the corner for you and, you know, everything you've working for might be coming your way, it's really, really important to remember there are things that you have that someone else is dreaming of. You may be like ready to move. You're like, oh, I don't like my current apartment. I don't like my current town. I don't like my current job, XYZ. There is someone out there who's dreaming of having their own apartment, who's dreaming of having any sort of job. And so it's okay to want more and to be ready for those good things coming your way. But it's important to remember that you have things that are amazing, and we have to be thankful for that as we look forward to the future as well. It's a balance thing happening here, and I think that's really powerful. Like, yeah, it's cool. Good things are coming. Everything you wanted is coming your way, but also, like, be proud, be happy of what you have for now. Oh, the old cabin. Okay, this card. It's time to let things go. So we can see here it's depicting this really run down cabin and house, and it's like falling apart, right? Like, maybe it's the cabin you've lived in your whole life, but it's not serving you anymore. It is old, it's run down. It's okay to let things go. And maybe we have to let it go so we can make space for all the other good things that we're looking for. Like, I think these three together are a really interesting combination, right? Like, be grateful, but you don't have to hold on to everything. And these two in particular are interesting, right? Because, like, sometimes when it becomes time to, like, organize and get rid of things, it's like, I feel bad, right? Like, I don't want to throw things out or get rid of them, but you can always send them on to a better home, right? Like donating things, getting rid of things that are cluttering your mind, your space. That's okay, and that's important. It's time to let go, and you can still be grateful while letting go of things. Like, they're not mutually exclusive. Okay, let's get a couple more. I'm shuffling behind the camera because I have a little more space. Oh, that was a lot of cards. Okay, so the first one we got was the Baba Yaga, and this card looks a little scary, right? It's like, what's going on here? We had this woman in this house with the black cat, and then you realize that the house is a chicken. And it's all about, like, things are not what they seem, right? So things can surprise you. Things might turn out different than what you had thought. If you're having strong feelings about something, or you're wary, or you're feeling like, I don't know about this, maybe you're right. Like, maybe there's something that your intuition is telling you, like, that house doesn't look right, and that's because it's a chicken. Like, obviously that's a silly example, but it can also go the other way, right? So if you're just, like, thinking about something, you're like, this is gonna be terrible, I just don't know about it, like, I can't do this, I can't do that. Maybe it's not gonna be terrible. Like, maybe you can. Something to think about. I think that these kind of went together for a certain person, and then it's kind of like these next four that fell out are gonna go together. So, you know, take what you want from this, but that's kind of how I'm reading that, is that was kind of one story, and now this Baba Yaga and the next are onto our next story. So the fairy, go where you feel most alive. I don't know if I can show that on YouTube. The fairy is all about like being able to allow yourself to enjoy things, to go to places that make you happy, to put yourself in positions where you are living your life, right? So it might be time to take a second and say, like, am I where I'm supposed to be, or is it time for me to look elsewhere? Let's put the little crystals there. Hopefully I don't, there's no trouble, but some of these cards, it's illustrative, so it should be okay. Our next card is the Werecat. Tap into your feminine energy. This is, again, anytime I see cards like this, like, I think about like a self-care story, right? Like, I think about maybe the fact that you've been going through something and you've been forgetting to take care of yourself, to meet your needs. And so this idea of going somewhere that brings you joy and taking care of yourself is very important. And we have one last card that goes with this story. And this is like echoing that, right? Like, it's saying the same thing. It's screaming at you loud and clear, okay? Focus your energy on what matters the most. Focus on things that are going to make you happy, that are going to bring that light back to you. You know in your heart of hearts, like, what is important to you, and that's gonna be different for everyone. And it's time to take that energy and allow yourself to focus on you. Right? Like, that's what I'm hearing here. So I want to do a little recap, because I think we heard actually 3 clear things, right? So there's this story of self-care and allowing yourself to do the things that make you happy, focusing on you, focusing on yourself, focusing on doing the things that are important and will bring you happiness. That's story 1. And then I think this is a bit of an outlier. I think this is a really specific card for some of you out there. And it's like, you really kind of need this warning, right? Like, there's something going on and you have these thoughts and these feelings and this strong notion that something is one way or another. And this is kind of coming at you saying, hold on, like, take a second. I don't know about that. So I think this is a very specific card, but I think if it's for you, then you'll know. Like, it'll hit you. You'll be like, whoa, okay, I get it. And then the third story is all about that idea of being grateful while allowing yourself to move on for the good things that are coming your way. And that's really important. And that's something that I think is hard for a lot of us to do. It's hard to say, like, I'm ready to let go of things or make a big change without feeling like you're giving things up or you're being ungrateful. But we have to do it because good things are on the other side of that. Now, one thing I like to do as well before I wrap up is, just in case none of those resonated with you, right? Like, you're like, I don't know about that. I don't know about any of those. I like to do a lucky last card. And you tell me when to stop. And if I pull the card said so, then it might be what you need to hear, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. And this is our card. It's the moth. Now that's interesting, right? Because this card is like the intuitive pick. It's like you telling me when to stop. It's you telling me what, like, I need to hear something right now. And it's this, right? So your intuition was telling you to listen, right? Like, you intuitively told me you needed to hear this message. And it sounds like there's something else that you're telling yourself. And you need to listen. You need to trust yourself. This is really funny, and I think it's interesting to have this be like our lucky last card. But I hope that some of you have found these messages helpful and you heard what you needed to hear today.